Welcome to my webinar, The Longevity Strategy. Transform your energy, stamina, and overall health without the need for synthetic medications to thrive in your God-given purpose. I am so glad you all joined me tonight. For those of you who stay with me all the way to the end of this webinar, you're going to receive a bonus ebook. It's Hormone Harmony, 7 Expert Tips to Optimize Your Hormone Health. And I want this webinar to be engaging. So guys, be ready to use the chat. All right. Why don't you guys go ahead and put a thumbs up in the chat right now so that I know you're ready to engage with me. Awesome. Thank you. Look at those chats. That's great. Okay. So here's tonight's agenda. I'm going to give you a quick introduction, and then we're going to go over our webinar goals. Then I'm going to talk about the big problem that we are all facing. I'm going to then go over several truths that you're going to want to know, and then the solution that everyone needs. And then I'm going to share our precision process that we use at Masters Design. All right, so I want you to imagine for me, what would it feel like if you woke up every morning with an abundance of energy, feeling good and just ready to conquer anything that comes your way for the day? And what if you didn't need any medications to function like that? I want to be able to give you strategies so that you can be your best self for everyone in your life. So who's ready to say goodbye to fatigue? And who's ready to say hello to a life that you can have maximum impact and show up for everybody that needs you? All right, if you guys are ready, I want you to type in the chat, I'm ready. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Are you ready to discover how you can transform your energy, your stamina, your resilience, and your overall health? I believe you are. That's why you're on this call, right? And are you ready to unlock your full potential and live out your God-given purpose? Because that's what life is really all about, guys, right? And then here's another question. What if the reasons that you've been given for why you have low energy, chronic fatigue, and brain fog are just wrong? And the truth is, who knows if you've actually been given any reasons at all? And the next question I have for you is, what kind of approaches have you guys used to manage your symptoms in the past? Pain relievers? How many of you use those? Have you used muscle relaxants, steroid injections? What about antacids or sleep aids? What about anti-anxiety meds or antidepressants? The number of people using this is in astronomical numbers. And all of these medications cause side effects. They can cause nausea, dizziness, headaches, fatigue, allergic reactions. And honestly, one of the worst side effects is going to be addiction. How many of you guys know someone who's actually been on pharmaceutical medications and they've become addicted? Because honestly, it can literally ruin someone's life. But here's the worst part. These medications mask symptoms of deeper issues. So if you have an issue going on in your body, and it's left untreated because you don't actually feel the symptom because you're covering it up with this pharmaceutical, that can lead to organ damage and even disease because these medications don't get to the root of what's actually going on. All right, so tonight on this webinar, I'm going to give you 2 guarantees. I'm going to give you the guarantee of new answers and new hope. How many of you guys need some answers and how many of you need some hope? Are you afraid that you're always going to be stuck in brain fog, body aches, and low energy with no idea how to fix it? Are you worried that you can't succeed at transforming your health? I'm telling you right now, you absolutely can. And if you don't want to rely on medication anymore, but if you want the energy to enjoy the things that you love with the people that you love, let me assure you, you are absolutely in the right place tonight. All right, so let me go over my goals for this webinar. I want to help the people who want to reclaim their health and their active lifestyle, and who want to live without the limitations from chronic conditions, and who are tired of prescriptions that need higher and higher doses every 6 months. And who out there is frustrated with a medical system where no one can tell you why you feel the way that you do, but they're really all too happy to hand you a prescription. Ultimately, I want to help Christ followers who are ready to transform their health and energy so that they can impact their world and live out their God-given purpose. Are you guys fed up with not knowing what's causing your issues and tired of being told that a pill is your only solution? If that's you, you need what we're going to talk about tonight, and that's my longevity strategy. All right, so let me tell you about myself. I am a board certified holistic nutrition practitioner through the National Association of Nutrition Professionals, also known as the NANP. I'm a certified brain health coach, a certified metabolic balance coach, a certified energy kinesiologist, as well as I'm advanced clinically trained in nutrition testing. And I have had the privilege of helping countless number of clients in my business, Master's Design, for about a little over 10 years now, since 2014. I use a proprietary process where I create personalized solutions that create long-term sustainable improvement for my clients. And this results in just an overall improved overall health, a decrease in symptoms, and many, many times a complete disappearance of their symptoms. I've also overcome my own health struggles. I love to empower my clients through education and through guidance so that they can forge their path to healing and experience life to its fullest. And that's what I want for you too. All right, so you guys ready? Let's go. If you're ready to go, type in the chat. Let's go, Sandy. Okay, so I want to start with this, and I've already touched on this a little bit in the introduction, but this time I want to ask you personally, and I want you to think about this. Do you want to wake up feeling refreshed and maintain steady energy throughout the day so that you can enjoy the things that you love? Do you yearn to have clear thinking, free from brain fog that messes with your focus and your decision making? Do you wish that you could finally get relief from the persistent pain that interferes with your everyday life? And are you tired of cookie cutter health advice that doesn't take into account your unique situation and your experience? Do you feel dismissed by healthcare providers when you seek help? And here's a big question for all of you. Do you have a deep desire to serve others and to fulfill your God given purpose, but you don't actually feel well enough to be able to do it? If you answered yes to any of these questions, here's something I want you to think about. Society thinks that if someone looks healthy, they're healthy. And that is not true. As a matter of fact, there's nothing further from the truth. The body has to deal with what's going on the inside before it shows up on the outside. Someone can look perfectly healthy on the outside, but they could actually be struggling with serious internal health issues without even realizing it. I'm going to share a story of a friend of mine, and she's a perfect example of this. She came down with what she thought was a respiratory or some kind of bronchial issue about 2 weeks ago. She had some cough, she didn't feel good, and it continued to escalate for a couple of days, and she wasn't getting any better, and she was just getting worse. And it actually had gotten just really difficult for her. So she decided to go to the ER. And they had run some tests in the ER. And much to her surprise, they found something on her lung. And now she's sitting here 2 weeks later. She thought she was reasonably healthy, but now she knows that she has a malignant cancer mass on her lung. She did not expect this in any way. She thought she was reasonably healthy, right? But her body was dealing with an issue much, much bigger on the inside. And the doctors told her that this has been going on and growing in her body for a very long time based on the size. And I want to go ahead and just transition right into my story. About 12 years ago, I sat in the office of my pain management doctor. I was on narcotics for pain because my pain was just reoccurring all of the time. So I had extensive testing done, and what was found was that I had late stages osteoporosis. I had bones of an 85-year-old. Basically, my bones were rotting. I knew something wasn't quite right in my body, but this had been going on for a very long time, and I didn't even know it. So the medication that the doctor had recommended for me, after doing some research, I found that it was going to cause my jaw to rot out. High probability. So I knew I didn't want that. So I refused the medication and I signed a release at the doctor's office. Here's my question for you guys. Who out there knows that something's not quite right in your body, but no one seems to be able to tell you what's really going on? You know what? I was fighting fear. I was fighting hopelessness. But the truth is now, I no longer live in chronic pain. I have a robust immune system. I wake up every day with an abundance of energy. This journey that I've been on has made me realize this is my mission. I have to change the course of lives through God's design for health. Maybe some of you have had feelings of fear and hopelessness. Maybe you're concerned that your ill health is going to impact your future. Or you know what? Maybe not. Maybe you're just here because you want to avoid health issues and you're being proactive. But you know what? This process that I use did not just work for me, it's worked for hundreds of my clients. And Pam's one of them. I'm excited for you to meet Pam.
My name is Pam Perkins. I'm 65 years old. Before I came to Master's Design, I was suffering every day for almost 2 years with very bad heartburn and gastro indigestion. I decided to do something really serious about my problem. So I thought, well, maybe Sandy's my answer. And I made an appointment for a consult to come see her. And she said that she could help me. But there was something about her that just made me feel like I can trust this person, and I'm really ready to surrender. Like whatever she tells me I have to do, I'm going to do it because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And she told me, this isn't a quick fix. It's going to take some time. But I will say that the indigestion by the second, almost third week was gone. I noticed the coughing stopped, and I noticed friends and family members saying, "Oh, you don't have those coughing fits anymore." And I wasn't having them anymore. Oh my goodness. I just say thank you every day to Sandy and what she's doing and to her staff.
You know, Pam often tells me that I saved her life because she decided to work with us at Masters Design. Pam gained the knowledge and the tools that she needed to get well and stay well. Pam had been facing a problem, though, for years. It was a problem that a lot of us face, a healthcare system that doesn't get to the root of the problem. Guys, we have a big problem. We don't have a healthcare system. We have a sick care system. We have a symptom management system. We have a disease promoting system. Here's a little bit of proof. There are five top diseases, and of course, there's other issues as well. And this is the average cost. Cancer, $6,200. Heart disease, over $21,000. Depression, $14,000. Chronic pain, $6,000. Alzheimer's disease, $42,000. And diabetes, $16,000. And these issues don't just cost us financially, they cost us physically, they cost us mentally, and they cost us emotionally. How many of you guys know someone who's dealing with one of these conditions? It's so heartbreaking, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to quickly read a summary of an article that was in the International Journal of Clinical Practice that talks about how environmental toxins and lifestyle choices impact disease. This article states that the leading cause of mortality and healthcare costs worldwide are chronic diseases resulting from environmental and lifestyle factors. It also confirms that the economic burden is no longer sustainable and is impossible to ignore. It makes one thing very clear. Most chronic diseases are preventable. The article states that to truly treat these diseases and be successful in preventing them, we have to be focusing on the root causes. And here's something even more eye-opening. Environmental and lifestyle factors are responsible for many of the biological dysfunctions in our bodies. These dysfunctions, like chronic inflammation, are what lead to the symptoms that we experience every day. The article also stated that we need to address the underlying causes of diseases rather than superficially treating symptoms, which is what our medical system does. And this is what is so sad. The impact is not limited to physical disease, but it is linked to mental disorders such as depression and anxiety, which is increasing worldwide. But here's the good news, guys. We have control over this. We have a lot of control over whether or not we develop a disease. Who's excited to know that in the majority of cases, you actually have control over whether or not you develop a disease? If you're excited about that, I want you to type excited in the chat. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to cover a couple of truths today. The first one is this: there is a better way. There is a vehicle that will help you revitalize your health and live out your God-given purpose with energy, stamina, and resilience. Truth number two, you can do it. You can unleash your energy, transform your health, and increase your impact through the holistic health vehicle. And truth number three, we're going to help you unravel your drivers of inflammation using a personalized, systematic approach that will allow you to thrive with boundless longevity. All right, so let's jump right into truth number one. There is a better way. Okay, and this better way is rooted in a vehicle called epigenetics. If you haven't heard of epigenetics before, don't worry, because I'm going to break it down for you. We used to think that our genes were static, that we were just stuck in the genetic hand that we were dealt. But that is not true. Our genes can actually be turned on and off depending on the environment that we create inside our bodies. And here's the empowering part. You have control over this. Your lifestyle determines how your genes express themselves. And even small changes can have a profound impact on your health and on your longevity. I am so excited about epigenetics. I think it's absolutely amazing. We truly are fearfully and wonderfully made. All right, so some of you might think, though, epigenetics is complicated and I don't know how it's going to apply to my life. But the truth is, guys, it's not complicated at all. Manageable changes lead to better health and a better life. Epigenetics is actually pretty straightforward. The principles are easy to understand, and even more importantly, they're actionable. Your genes are not your destiny. You have more control over your health than you might think. So, how do we apply what we know about epigenetics? We apply this through what I call the holistic health vehicle. This approach is all about getting to the root cause of your health issues rather than masking the symptoms. There are three important things that you need to know about the holistic health vehicle. The holistic health vehicle is all about caring for the whole person, physical, mental, and spiritual. And we actually heal from the top down, spiritual, mental, physical, in that order. Being unwell in one aspect affects all the other aspects. And holistic health is a lifestyle. What you do every day will determine your overall condition of wellness. All right, so now I'm going to compare the holistic health vehicle to the traditional medical model. The traditional medical vehicle treats symptoms, but the holistic health vehicle is all about root cause and prevention. The traditional medical vehicle is drugs and surgery, but the holistic health vehicle, we look at lifestyle change, cellular healing, and detoxification. With the traditional medical vehicle, it's one size fits all. But with holistic health, it's customized and personalized. With a traditional medical model, it's very reactive. But with our holistic health model, it is proactive. With the traditional model, you are the patient. But guess what? With the holistic health model, you are the participant. And here's one of my favorites. With the traditional medical model, it's all about genetic predisposition. But in the holistic health model, we emphasize genetic control, epigenetic control. In the traditional model, symptoms are ignored, but in the holistic health model, we can predict where the body is likely going to go if the symptoms and the situations are not handled. With the traditional medical model, it's very expensive in its cost, the way it costs us emotionally, mentally, and physically. But with the holistic health model, we're going to save you money. And then with a traditional medical model, you are the victim, but and that's unfortunate. But in the holistic health model, you are empowered through education and guidance. All right, so now let's talk about you. Who's been to multiple doctors to try to find out what you can do to feel better, but you've had no success? Are you tired and are you afraid that you're going to always feel this way and that this is going to be your new normal and then it's not ever going to get better? Like myself, your body's been struggling for a long time without you even realizing it. But here's the truth. If you get to the root cause of what's going on, your body has an incredible capacity to be able to heal itself. But you might be sitting here thinking, Sandy, I don't understand how holistic health is going to work for my condition. But let me promise you, dealing with the root cause by using holistic health principles is the best answer for any and every condition. All right, so let's now go on to truth number 2. You can do this. You can unleash your energy, transform your health, and increase your impact for the kingdom through the holistic health vehicles. You also might be thinking, I'm overwhelmed about making lifestyle choices, and it's too much to manage on top of my existing conditions. But the truth is this, it is not that hard. You're not alone on this journey. It's all about making one small sustainable step and adjustment at a time. All right, so this is Charlene. Charlene is a current client, and Charlene is making small steps and gaining big wins. And so I want you to listen to what Charlene has to say.
My name is Charlene and I'm 47 years old. I was experiencing a lot of symptoms, migraines, maybe some reflux. My migraines limited my life just because I wouldn't say they're debilitating, but they definitely take away your focus and you're just not yourself. Make you cranky, right? Being in pain isn't fun. I heard about Master's Design through a friend of mine who was going there. And yeah, just seeing her come through that on the other side to living like a life with a lot of vitality and getting her life back. That was definitely something that was important. The first thing that went away within about, I don't know, a couple of months was migraines. And that first month, when I only had one migraine, was just, I can't describe it. I didn't think that was possible. I have a plan and I know what I need to do. And it's just nice not to have to think about that. And if I have any questions, they are a phone call or a text message away. They're extremely responsive. Nothing is too small, and everything matters.
All right, Charlene is a perfect example of how small steps lead to big wins. She's actually a living example of epigenetics at work. Her migraines are disappearing because she's making sustainable lifestyle choices. Every day she's feeling better and better, and you can hear her full story on my website if you would like to. But let me just say this, you can do this. The changes don't have to be massive or hard. You start with one step and then another, and then soon enough, you're going to look back and you're going to be amazed at how far you've come. All right, so I want to share some more research that backs up what we're talking about today. The National Institute of Health, also known as the NIH, conducted a study that proves that the effectiveness of addressing the root cause of health issues. They found that the approach resulted in beneficial and sustainable outcomes for the patients. Here's what they said. Addressing the root cause reverses illness, promotes health, and optimizes function. It addresses underlying causes, symptoms, and imbalances. And listen to this. The imbalances result from gene-environment interactions, including lifestyle, environmental toxins, and the microbiome. The study confirmed that focusing on these areas improves physical function, well-being, and health-related quality of life. It significantly improved health at 6 months, and improvements remain significant at 12 months. And it addresses chronic diseases by delivering with precision. And that's exactly what we do at Masters Design. We tackle root causes with precision, and we help you optimize your health in a way that lasts. All right, so let's do a quick check-in. Are you guys enjoying the webinar so far? Go ahead and put a thumbs up in the chat for me. I know we've covered a whole lot. We're going to keep going. All right, we're going to take a few minutes here and we're going to talk about inflammation. It has been proven that inflammation is the leading cause of disease. Inflammation is the underlying cause of all diseases, says Dr. Barry Sears. Inflammation causes heart attacks, strokes, and even cancer. Inflammation is the explanation for unexplained illnesses. Inflammation sets the stage for cardiovascular disease, most strokes, arthritis, and even dementia. So now let's talk about you guys. What are you dealing with? Are you dealing with fatigue and brain fog? Are you guys getting sick over and over again? Do you have a pain that's chronic that doesn't seem to go away and it moves from one place to another in your body? Has anybody dealt with asthma, or does anybody have a hard time sleeping? They can't fall asleep, or they maybe fall asleep, but then they wake up in the middle of the night and they can't go back to sleep? Who's got pain in their hips and their knees and in their back? Who's dealing with arthritis? What about the symptoms of hormonal imbalance? Or what about a digestive upset like acid reflux, indigestion, bloating? Or what about, like Charlene, headaches, migraines? Who's dealing with anxiety and depression? Or what about sensitivities on the skin and rashes? Guys, these are all a result of inflammation. And that inflammation, if left alone, leads to disease. These are like the check engine light, on your car. You better pop the hood and see what's going on. All right, so let's jump into the final truth for today. If you do it, it will work. And it's as simple as that. At Masters Design, we've seen countless clients transform their lives by unraveling their drivers of inflammation. Using a personalized, systematic approach, we can help you thrive with boundless longevity. If you've tried things to get well and they don't work, I know how frustrating that can be. But the truth is, the holistic health vehicle works. It's not just a band-aid for symptoms, it addresses the root causes and it allows your body to heal itself. At Masters Design, we empower our clients to make changes that stick. Now I'm going to walk you through how we help to unravel the drivers of inflammation. All right, so inflammation. There's over 100,000 research articles that confirm that inflammation is the underlying cause of disease, and there are 3 underlying causes of inflammation: nutritional deficiencies, environmental biotoxins, and negative mindsets. So at Masters Design, we have the solution to the problems that we've been talking about. We've developed strategies that address all 3 of these drivers of inflammation. All right, so have you ever thought about the importance of a strategy? Strategies are vitally important in any worthwhile endeavor. I love word studies, so I did a little bit of a study on the word strategy, and I want to share the definitions with you. The Greek definition of strategy originates from army, involving guidance, movement, and leadership. And that's what we do at Masters Design. We formulate a plan that directs and influences health behaviors and decisions, much like an army strategically maneuvers to achieve its goals. And the English definition is also very powerful. A master plan which refers to an orchestrated set of adaptations that plays a crucial role in ensuring success. We suggest deliberate and strategic changes or developments designed to optimize well-being and prevent disease. So I'm going to combine the 2 definitions together, and this is our strategic approach at Masters Design. We help you maneuver your choices and become intentional in your actions with the deliberate goal of preventing disease and optimizing your long-term health. All right, so here we go. Longevity strategies to unravel your drivers of inflammation. And we do this with precision, right? So driver number 1. Number 1 is nutritional deficiencies. Number 2 is toxic load. And number 3 is negative mindsets. We determine which foods are causing inflammation in your body and which ones will fuel you with the energy and vitality that you need. Then we help you reduce your toxic load. We test for things like toxins that are bacteria, viruses, funguses, parasites, metals, chemicals. We help you safely detoxify using our proprietary process. We take a comprehensive look at your gut health, your adrenal function, your hormonal function, as well as your cellular health. And last but not least, we actually help you release old, unhealthy thought patterns, and we help you elevate your mindset using kingdom-minded principles. All right, is everybody still with me? I hope it's starting to make sense. If it's starting to make sense, drop me a thumbs up in the chat. So I took a course on epigenetics at the University of Maryland. And what was covered in this course, it was a nutrition symposium on the nutritional genomics in clinical practice. And they covered the 3 P's of success. The first P of success is preventative. A nutrition plan needs to avoid disease. Secondly, a nutrition plan needs to be personalized and specific. And third of all, it has to be participatory. It's got to be you've got to be educated, and you've got to be able to make empowered choices. Unfortunately, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. At Masters Design, we stay on top of the latest holistic health information, and we offer completely personalized solutions, and we empower you to live a life full of energy and vitality as we help you laser focus on what you need to personally heal and repair. All right, so I'm going to share a story for two of our clients. I'm going to read Zaina's story first. Zaina is 39 years old. Before coming to us, she had suffered with gut issues since she was about 10 years old. She'd been to every doctor in her area. None of them could figure out what was wrong. She experienced extreme bouts of pain, so bad, in fact, that there were days that she couldn't even get out of bed. She couldn't work, she couldn't take care of her son, and she was constantly dealing with fatigue, depression, and irritability. But here's what Zaina says now. I have so much more energy, and my overall health has dramatically improved. I feel like a completely different person than I did before. I get to enjoy time with my son. I no longer have those extreme bouts of pain, and I have a whole new life to live. And my favorite comment from Zaina is this: I love natural health, and now I have the energy to pursue my passions. I was tired and in pain, and I was afraid it would always be that way. But I made a commitment to take action, and now my life is completely different. Master's Design uncovered the root causes of my issues, my gut dysregulation, and my toxic buildup. And now I'm living a life full of energy and impact. And I love Zaina's testimony. It is great. I get so excited, but I'm going to tell you another one. Here we go. Now I'm going to read Brooke's story. Brooke is 35 years old, and her health journey started at the age of just 22. For years, she lived with a long list of symptoms: headaches, muscle and joint pain, fatigue, brain fog, anxiety, irritability, heavy and painful periods, chest pain, depression, constant postnasal drip, and other things as well. She saw so many doctors, general MDs, cardiologists, women health specialists, rheumatologists. Each doctor gave her a different solution: steroids, anti-inflammatories, anti-anxiety meds, birth control, you name it, but nothing worked. Her symptoms were affecting every part of her life. She was miserable and irritable, and her health struggles were causing disunity in her marriage and insecurity in herself. But then Brooke found Master's Design. This is what Brooke says now. We worked together to uncover the root causes of my health issues, and the results were nothing short of incredible. Sandy was able to explain how the stress in my body was affecting different organs. Finally, a weight was being lifted. Just hearing someone understand and be able to pinpoint accurately what was going on, this alone brought me so much peace and hope. Brooke continues with this. I began to see differences in my headaches and my back pain. I was experiencing more good days than bad. I began to experience major change in the amount of anxiety and brain fog that I was experiencing. My muscle and joint pain subsided. My headaches are now completely gone and are only typically triggered by poor health choices that I make, as well as some detox reactions. My periods are less painful and less heavy. I lost 40 pounds, my puffy face is gone, and my chest pain has completely disappeared. And now when symptoms flare up, I know exactly what's going on and how to fix it. And this is what Brooke says. Knowing takes so much stress away. I have confidence in the incredible support and education that I've received from Master's Design. It offers an atmosphere of hope that I have never experienced anywhere. So these are two stories that tell you how powerful our process can be at Master's Design. And I have plenty other of transformational testimonies on the website. So go ahead and check those out when you have time. All right, so let's do a quick recap. I have covered truth number 1. There is a vehicle that will help you revitalize your health and live out your God-given purpose. Truth number 2, you can unleash your energy and transform your health. And truth number 3, you can unravel your drivers of inflammation using a personalized, systematic approach. All right, and then we've also covered strategy number 1, proper nutrition. We will teach you how to give your body the fuel that is right for you. Strategy number 2, cellular detox. We will methodically help you decrease your toxic load. And strategy number 3, we're going to help you make sure that you have an elevated mindset. We're going to help you develop an empowered mindset using kingdom-minded principles. And then the last thing, if there's any doubt left, I'm going to just remind you, there is a better way. You can do it. And if you do it, it will work. All right, so I know that your health journey is personal and it's unique to you, but you are not alone. My team and I are going to be right beside you every step of the way. You can change your genes. You cannot change your genes, but you can change how your genes express themselves. And that means you have control, you have options, and you have hope. And you have a life that will have impact for the kingdom. All right, so the number one reason why people don't get started with the nutrition program, honestly, they're afraid that it's too hard and they can't make the necessary changes. But don't worry about that. It is not too hard. It's about making one sustainable step and one change at a time. Each positive change is a step towards feeling better, but the level improvement is truly up to you. We are here to educate you and support you every step of the way. All right, so sometimes though, here's the truth. We don't love ourselves enough to do what we know that we should. So I have this question for you. What is your why? But not only what is your why are you in this webinar, but why is your why big enough, right? Is it big enough to motivate you to make the changes that you need to make? Do you want to feel good enough so that you can serve others and live out your God-given purpose and pursue activities that bring eternal rewards? All right, so before we wrap up, let me share with you why I do what I do. This has truly become my higher calling. This is not a job for me. This is not a business. Everyone is stuck in ill health. They're stuck in a broken system. And I have to warn people, I have to share the truth because it truly is a matter of life and death. This was not my starting goal. I just wanted to get better. But either yourself or someone that you know or someone in your family, someone that you love needs this information. So just like my friend, she didn't think that what is happening to her right now was going to happen, but her future changed in an instant. And I don't want that to happen to you. So here's my question. Are you willing to do what it takes? I was willing to do what was needed to heal my body, and I hope you are too. So I hope that you're here still with me because you are determined to take back your health, take back your energy, and take back your future. Guys, you need to be well because you have a God-given purpose that you need to fulfill. You need to influence and impact the world around you. So just like Pam, just like Charlene and Zaina and Brooke and countless others, you have a story to tell. Okay, so what is the next step? The next step is your epigenetic transformation consultation. Here's what you're going to get. With this consultation, you're going to get a one-on-one consultation with me, and that will either be in the office or remotely using a video call. You're going to get an extensive review of your health history. I'm going to go over a visual health score that is going to be basically a picture of your health history. Then I'm going to have a meta-oxy test. We're going to determine the level of inflammation in your body. And then we're going to determine the priority toxin that is causing your body not to function the way that you want it to, and then the priority correction that you need so that your body can begin to heal and repair itself. But that's not all. You're also going to get an introduction to our epigenetic transformation roadmap, how we do what we do. You're going to walk away with new hope, with new answers, and you're going to have clarity because you're never going to be confused about why you're not well. And then you're going to be given a personalized plan. You're going to know exactly what your next steps are. And you might be thinking, who does this really work for? It works for women, it works for men, it works for children, it works for students. Honestly, it works for everyone. It works for you whether or not you have a diagnosis. It works for you if you're committed and coachable. It works if you believe that you can get well. And it works for those who desire health and energy through using a natural approach. So here's the bottom line. Don't ignore your problems and wait until it's too late. Some of you have been praying and asking for help, Don't miss your opportunity. But you can't do this on your own. There's way too much information out there that you have to navigate. I have a question for you. Would you climb Mount Everest on your own? Of course not. You need an experienced guide to be successful. You need someone who has had experience in the holistic health field. Being healthy is way more important than any goal that you set out to achieve. So here we go. What's the cost of not doing anything versus paying for a consultation? You can get started right now with an epigenetic transformation consultation with me. Would normally be $249. It's $199 since you're on this webinar. And I'm going to challenge you to invest in yourself and your overall health. The body doesn't heal on its own. It's only going to get worse with time. What is $199? Maybe a couple of dinners out, maybe a couple of movies. I don't know. What do you guys spend your money on? But I'm going to challenge you to do something more worthwhile and invest in your future. Okay, so when you click on this QR code, you're going to come to our initial consultation page, and you're going to see the orange button there that is going to say book your call now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat. So bear with me just a second. Let me get this link. So again, you can go ahead and take a picture of that QR code, or you can click this link. I'm going to drop this in here now. There we go. So that's in the chat. You can just go ahead and click that link. You also have the option of hopping on our website, and I'm going to drop this link in the chat as well. So this is easy for you. You can also go to our website and you can book there. And of course, if you don't want to book online, you can always call the office. But booking online is so easy. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Once you go ahead and click on this initial consultation page, that's going to take you to a page that looks like this. And this is our booking and calendar page. All right, so very simple. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, certainly though, you can contact the office. And I know I want to just tell you guys that I understand that investing in your health can feel like a really big decision. But I want to tell you that there are priceless payoffs. I'm going to remove the chat. There we go. There are priceless payoffs. I want you to know that you can have restored energy and vitality. You can wake up feeling refreshed and maintain a consistent level of energy throughout the day. You can enjoy clear thinking, free from brain fog that hampers your concentration and decision making. You can experience relief from persistent pain that impairs your daily functioning and diminishes your quality of life. You can avoid long-term dependence on medications, especially those with significant side effects. And you can engage more actively with your families, with your professions, and with the activities that you enjoy. All right, so you have two options. You can take this information and do nothing with it, and that's likely going to lead to a future of unwanted symptoms, drugs, and surgeries. Or you can take the next step towards your revitalized health and future. This is what God has planned for you. Schedule your epigenetic transformation consultation, and let's get started. All right, go ahead and take some action. Remember, the fatigue, the brain fog, the pain, those don't have to be a part of your future, right? Remember what we talked about? Imagining what it would feel like to wake up energized and clear-headed. That's what I want for you guys. You don't have to wait to address the root cause of your symptoms. Go ahead and choose to maximize your energy. All right, so I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you're leaving with new hope, new clarity, and excitement for what's possible. Let's work together to create the healthy, vibrant life that you were designed to live. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to complete your sign up. So it's easy and it's so worth every penny. Drop a message in the chat if you're having issues getting to the calendar page. Just simply click the QR code. Remember, that's going to take you to our consultation page and then to our booking page once you click the orange button. I'm so excited to be a part of your health journey. I can't wait to help you uncover your answers that you've been searching for and empower you to reclaim your energy, your stamina, and your resilience. Together, we're gonna work together to to give you a healthier, more impactful future, one that allows you to fully live out your God-given purpose. All right, guys. And for those of you who stayed with me all the way to the end of the chat, I'm dropping the ebook right here for you. So let me go ahead and let me get the chat back up. And let's get this ebook dropped in here. And you all just need to know that you can absolutely click the three buttons here. As soon as I get this uploaded, you can click the three buttons to the right and you can upload this ebook. There it is, Hormone Harmony. There you go, it's in the chat. So you can upload that. And if you have any questions about that, absolutely contact our office. We're going to be more than happy to get this to you in email. I have enjoyed talking to you guys tonight. So I look forward to speaking with you again. Have a wonderful evening.